A crime that shocked the nation. On a bitterly cold December night in 2000, the city of Wichita, Kansas, became the backdrop for one of the most horrific and senseless crime sprees in modern history. 5 innocent people were brutally attacked, and only one would live to tell the tale. This is the shocking story of the Wichita Horror, a night of terror that left a permanent scar on an entire community. When police arrived at the crime scene, they were met with a chilling sight. Lifeless bodies discarded in a frozen field, a single survivor trembling and covered in blood. The sheer brutality of the crime stunned even the most seasoned detectives. But what led to this night of unimaginable violence? And who were the perpetrators behind such a heinous act? The investigation began when a woman, naked and battered, ran desperately through the snow, seeking help. She had just survived a brutal attack that claimed the lives of her 4 friends. Police immediately launched a manhunt, piecing together the horrors of what had unfolded the previous night. The victims, all in their 20s, had been held captive for hours, subjected to unspeakable acts of cruelty before being taken to an empty field and executed. The lone survivor, whose identity remains protected, provided crucial details that led investigators to 2 brothers, Reginald and Jonathan Carr. The Carr brothers had a history of criminal behavior, but nothing could have prepared law enforcement for the level of depravity they would uncover. Detectives meticulously reconstructed the events leading up to the attack. They learned that the victims had been targeted at random, their home invaded by the Carr brothers, who sought money, power, and control. Surveillance footage, phone records, and the survivors' testimony painted a damning picture of the perpetrators. Forensic evidence played a pivotal role in securing justice. DNA found on the victims directly linked the Carr brothers to the crime. Ballistic tests confirmed that the bullets used in the execution-style killings matched firearms in their possession. The forensic team also examined fingerprints and fibers, further solidifying the case against them. The victims, Jason Beaufort, Brad Haka, Heather Muller, and Aaron Sander, were bright young professionals with promising futures. Their lives were cut short in an act of pure evil. The lone survivor, despite suffering immense trauma, became the key witness who bravely testified in court, ensuring that justice would be served. The trial of the Carr brothers was one of the most harrowing in Kansas history. The prosecution presented overwhelming evidence, including the survivors' emotional testimony. The defense attempted to shift blame, but the jury saw through their tactics. After weeks of testimony and deliberation, the Carr brothers were convicted on multiple counts of capital murder, rape, and robbery. They were sentenced to death, a rare but fitting punishment for the depth of their crimes. The Wichita Horror case reignited discussions about the death penalty and the vulnerabilities of home invasions. It highlighted the randomness of violent crime and the resilience of those who survived such unimaginable events. Experts have since analyzed the psychological profiles of the Carr brothers, pointing to a history of violence and disregard for human life. Though justice was served, the memory of the Wichita Horror remains a chilling reminder of how cruelty can strike without warning. It underscores the importance of staying vigilant, supporting survivors, and ensuring that violent criminals face the full weight of the law. As we remember the victims, Jason Beaufort, Brad Haka, Heather Muller, and Aaron Sander, we must continue to advocate for safer communities, push for stronger protections against violent crime, and stand by those who endure unimaginable trauma. What are your thoughts on this case? Do you believe justice was truly served? Let us know in the comments. And if you want more stories that uncover the darkest corners of crime, subscribe to Twisted Truths and turn on notifications. Together, we can shine a light on these chilling tales and honor the voices of those who can no longer speak for themselves.